Morning, welcome to YouTube. I was going to say Ustream, but it's not, it's YouTube. I used to use Ustream before, you see, before I switched over to YouTube. So good morning. Morning. Welcome to the broadcast. I do these broadcasts every Sunday at 10:30 AM, and that's UK time. You can watch me live or watch me later on YouTube. If you're watching live, you can ask questions through Skype, and my Skype name is Rebekah Maroon. So just send questions, either call or written questions through Skype. It's quite wonderful how this is available now. We can do these talks and these meetings on the internet. So you can send in questions on the internet. It's such an amazing thing we have. I can imagine back in the day, like thousands of years ago, where people have to like meet up in quiet in little dark rooms and have their little lamps and flames and things and meet in secret. Whereas now it's on the internet, you know? How amazing. So these talks, these meetings are about the most beautifulest message in the world. The most beautifulest message ever. These talks are about freedom. These meetings are about freedom, unconditional love. That's what's experiencing this. Freedom, unconditional love is experiencing this. That's what this is. And that's what's being pointed to continuously. Freedom. Freedom. And there's such a joy, passion and a joy in expressing this message and pointing to this freedom. I'm not sure, I think because this body, this human body brain mechanism was suffering so much. It had such a strong suffering energy. from a really young age, it was so much suffering. Like, I'd watch the TV when I was like young, and watch the TV, the news, and see there was so much war, and there was starving Ethiopians, and war and killing and rape and murder, and it just seemed so awful. It was like, that's the world? It was like, shit. There was such this strong sense of, I don't want to be, this is not right, I don't want to be here. There was such a strong sense of suffering. Kids watch the news when they're young, shit, that's just awful, awful. But yeah, there was so much suffering in this mechanism, so much suffering. And so there's such a joy in this expression of freedom, such a passion and a joy in it. So what is this freedom that's being pointed to? It's not in time. It's not in time. Time appears in this freedom. Everything appears in this freedom. Everything appears in this freedom, which isn't a thing. And yet all things come out of it or are it in form, in thingness. Freedom is right here, right here. So what happens in the human is there is boundless freedom. There isn't a knowing of this or an observer of this, just boundless freedom with nobody in it, no awareness in it. And then what seems to happen is, I don't really know what order it happens in, but thoughts and ideas and thoughts and language gets learnt as a child. And that isn't the problem, language and ideas and thoughts. Something else comes, this feeling of being someone, this 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 sense, I stammer on S's, this sense of being something separate in the body, sense of a position in the body, sense of someone looking out, this sense of someone existing. And then this sense of someone's energetical sense of someone, the thoughts and ideas, the concept, the language, it claims it. It owns it as me. And it claims experiences. And it claims everything. And it gives that impression of there being something, someone, something. Everything else, looking out of these eyes. And with that comes suffering, because with that sense of someone that feels separate from everything else, exists separately, then they'll be seeking for something to feel complete, to feel whole. Like something's not right, something's missing. And so with that comes that seeking. Can't be a someone without seeking. Someone is seeking. It's part of it. So it's seeking for something to feel complete. And so this story begins of this someone who exists on its journey to find that wholeness, to find that completion. And with that, whole religions have been created. To become whole. But that someone has never been the actual experiencer. That's been an experience appearing in the human of someone separate, of someone seeking for completion. So it listens to messages like non-duality or anything, and it will think that's going to be its completion. It's found its completion. And when it finally gets to this understanding or this kind of seeing, it's going to then find its completion. But this isn't about that someone finding its completion. That someone can't find its completion. That someone is appearing in completion already. This is why this is the end of that person, the end of that seeker. And then there's completion. There's completion already, but with that separate someone who's looking for it. you can't do anything else but look for it, then there will be seeking and suffering. Because this isn't found by someone. This isn't discovered by someone. It isn't remembered by someone. And that can sound really harsh to that person who wants to find something. It can feel hopeless, or I'm not going to find it. And this isn't really saying that. Not like that. It's more like the completion already is. And the someone who wants to find something isn't real. It's an illusion, an appearance. So it isn't that you can or can't find this. It's that this is. This is. This is. So in listening to this message of this is, the one who's looking for something can seem to disappear. The seeker, the looker. This. This. It already is. What joy. This is outside of time, outside of becoming. Outside of that not got it, outside of, nearly, almost there, outside of time, isness, is what's happening outside of time. Okay, we'll take questions now. Hi, Thierry. Thierry. Somebody who, what's that mean? Somebody who? Yeah, somebody who? Somebody who? Oops, oh, oops, yes. Yes, somebody who is fighting physical or psychological pain reappears. That is freedom too. Well, that's appearing too, yes. Somebody who seems to be suffering physical, psychological pain, that appearance is an appearance. But that appearance belongs to someone. Like when there's that sense of someone who exists, when there's that sense of contraction or limitation, as if there's a position in the body of someone, then there will be suffering. So yes, suffering is an appearance, also appearing, but that appears with somebody. That appears with somebody. There couldn't be suffering if there was nobody there. There couldn't be suffering. There can be pain or emotional sadness or whatever, or physical pain, totally. But that suffering, psychological suffering, is to do with somebody. Like somebody's appeared, somebody exists, has a position, and that equals, and it's claiming something, claiming ideas, thoughts, experiences, and that's the suffering, that claimer energy. That's the suffering, not the appearance of pain or physical pain or emotions, anger, sadness. That's fine. It's the suffering that I'm talking about, which comes from being something, from there being a position, there being that claiming energy. I wouldn't call that freedom. I wouldn't call suffering freedom. Suffering's suffering. It's an appearance, definitely an appearance. And it appears with the sense of somebody in the human. So what I'm talking about here then is that collapse of that sense of somebody. But there'll be no more suffering. There won't be suffering, just pain. Thank you. Kylie, thank you. Such a relaxing message. Yeah. Because it's outside of time. It's pointing to what is. It's outside of that timeline. It's just very relaxing. Not being in time. Nika, hi Rebecca. How do you feel about global crises now. How do you feel about climate change, extinction of species, overpopulation, pollution, etc.? There was so much suffering in the media, yeah. Thank you, too. Global crises. I don't watch the news anymore. I've cut the news out years ago. I have no advertising, no TV, just Netflix and YouTube, really. So I have no kind of, I don't see a lot of that news stuff other than on Facebook and stuff. How do I feel about it? How do I feel about it? I mean, if I do see something, then often there'll be like a heart response of just a heart response, like, oh, I go, heart response. What do you call a heart response? Like a like a heart's ripped open. A heart's ripped open, and there's a response of if someone's being hurt. It's just a heart response, a human heart response that comes. Not always, but sometimes. Sometimes. So this isn't about being removed from the human experience at all. It's such a heart thing, really is a heart thing. It isn't like being detached. There's no one there, so I'm immune to. The heart is open. There's no one protecting the body from pain anymore, so there's just that expression. There's just joy and laughing and crying and anger, and all of it's free to come and be expressed, all of it. That's the beauty of this. There's no one left to stop it. There's no one left trying to manage the emotions away. Nothing trying to protect the body from pain. Physical pain, yeah, I'll defend myself, but there's no one left trying to defend and protect from the unbreakableness of the pain. It's just expressed, it just comes out. It just comes out freely, all of it. All of it. Freedom is there's no one left. So it's not happening to someone. There isn't someone sad anymore. There isn't someone angry anymore. There's just the emotion. There's just the expression, whatever it is. Could say everything is sad, everything is laughing, everything is angry. Say nothing is sad, nothing is angry. It's just coming out. This is the freedom. But it's different. It's different to before. Just trying to see what words come out. It's different to before. Like it's not a reality anymore. Like not a lived in reality anymore. The idea of the world crises or global crises, it's not a reality anymore. It comes, the idea about the world and what's happening, it's not real anymore. It just comes and it's gone. It's not such a real, it's not a reality. It's permanent reality anymore. This is, what's happening is the reality that comes and goes. The image of the world and what's happening, it comes and goes. It's not a reality. That's what's different. Before, that was a constant real thing that always was happening. There was a real world, there was a real crisis going on, and it was a real constant thing that was happening, whereas this is what's happening. So that's very different, very different. What's suffering? The world being real. What's suffering? Carrying the world on your shoulders. Trying to fix the world. Yeah. That's why this is pointed to, this freedom is pointed to. You won't find freedom in the world, in that appearance. This is the freedom. I'm not one to reject the world, to reject so-called problems, but this is the freedom. What's being pointed to is total freedom beyond all of the appearances. And yet appearances still play. Thank you for your question, everyone. Lee, Thierry, Mika. Duplex Blom. Hey everybody. Oh no, maybe is he a troller? I think, or she's a troller. There's no question there. So, Stefan. Okay, I'll answer you today, Stefan. Stefan, do I need to believe in anything? Please excuse me because I randomly put questions. Feel free me from all fears and beliefs. Get some more hot water in it. I'll be back. Stefan, do I need to believe in anything? Free me from all fears and beliefs. No, nothing's coming, Stefan. You're free to call in, Steph. If you want to call in, just call in. See you online now. Wah, wah, wah. Video still not okay here. What do you mean? Video still not okay here. What, you mean you can't see it on them? Let me check. Let me just check. Oh, looks okay on my screen. Mine okay. Thank you, Lee. Okay, yeah, it's fine. Okay. Maybe it's your computer, Thierry. You might have to refresh the screen or something. Cannot see, but I hear. Yes, thank you. Okay. Did you refresh the screen? Has it helped? That's quite beautiful, actually. I cannot see, but yet I hear. That sounds quite biblical or something. I cannot see, yet I hear. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, I don't know what you're talking about, but yet there's this resonance. There's this love. Yes, yes, yes. I don't understand this, and yet, yes. Might be too far. Go on. I'm not sure what you mean. It's difficult to make a good question. What would you ask from you if you were me? I don't know, Mika. Hennessy, how can each moment in time seem new? Well, what is new is not in time. So I'm not pointing to moments or snippets in time. So it's not a now in terms of time. What is new is this moment, but not moments as in time. How can you say this? It's not in time. You're looking in time for a this or for a now in time. It's not in time. It's beyond time. This is it. Time appears as an idea in this. This is new. What is happening? That movement appears in this. That apparent movement appears in this. But we live in time. We are time. The person is time. The person can only exist in time. So it's trying to find the timeless, that beyond time, in time. So it only knows time. There's that movement. This is beyond knowing. That knowing appears in time, in the timeless. That knowing appears in this timelessness. We're so used to knowing, understanding, the thought stream. So used to that movement appearing in this timelessness, in this. And so the person will keep going to time, keep going to understanding, to thought. Trying to find the timeless or the thoughtlessness in thought. It's impossible. Thoughts arise in this. It's beyond everything. Oh, while that's playing out, this message is sung, it's spoken. And that's the attraction. That beyond time. That's the freedom. It's right here. It encompasses everything, excludes nothing. It can't. Thought is time. Something in me senses what you say is true. It's not in you, you appear in it, but yeah, there's a resonance, what's being spoken about. It's it. It's this. Oh, you're back. But how beautiful that humans will wake up from that dream. Wake up from that dream of being something, existing as someone. It's so beautiful. The waking up. So beautiful. And the character always seems to reappear, you know? Character always seems to reappear. The problem? Do you mean the character or do you mean the person always seems to reappear? The character is linked to the body, to the brain, its conditioning. That's the character. So it appears to, it appears. When it needs to appear, it appears. It appears. It's just another appearance. Character appears. The flavour of that particular human appears when it appears. That isn't a problem. Maybe you meant that the person always seems to reappear. It reappears, but it's still wanting something. It still needs to play out all its wants and desires, and to see that those things don't ever fulfill it. So it still appears, but it still needs to. It's still wanting something, or it still feels there's something it can get in form. It's still wanting something to have, to claim, to feel fulfilled by, and complete by. It still believes in something. It's still seeking something. It says, I know this. Reappears here. It says, I sense you are right. Sorry, I feel a bit drunk. Yeah. Yeah, the person reappears. What can I say? Yeah. Claims the thoughts, claims positions. Yeah. Mika, is there somehow more openness now? I was looking at this, maybe kind of communication 20 years ago, but didn't find it. Okay, I'll stick to Thierry for now. So all good. Much love from nowhere. Okay. Is there somehow more openness now? I mean, you feel more openness? So you couldn't find communication 20 years ago. Oh, I see, like more openness to this message. Yeah, it seems to be. But then I don't know that for sure. There was no internet before. Maybe it was there, but it wasn't so widely available. People talking about it. It's always been there. Communication about freedom. But yeah, with the internet, and maybe it's spread a lot more easily. It's a lot more available because of the internet, because of computers and things. Yeah, it must have been hard to find this message 20 years ago when there was no internet. There was books, I guess, but they weren't so available maybe as well. It wasn't Amazon, so I don't know, yeah. It must seem much more available. Yeah. There's retreats and there's YouTube, yeah, so much of it. How to go beyond resonance. How to go beyond resonance. That's the thing, that's the seeker. So there's resonance, there's this, and then there's the seeker wanting to get something, to get. So there's this. Everything. On the seat, the washing machine noise, computer humming, breath, or the thoughts, the sound of his words, sensations on the skin. There's this. And the seeker wants to go beyond it and get something else. It wants to find something else. So I ask, what are you looking for? What are you looking for? You want to go beyond resonance to what? That's what I ask you, Hennessy. What do you want to go beyond resonance for? What are you looking for? Hi, Ingrid! Thierry, none other than this. I say freedom from separation. And what does that look like? What would it be? Okay, so you've said, I want to go beyond this to something else. And I asked you, to what? To what else? What are you looking for? So you've said freedom from separation. So what does that look like? Freedom from separation. What is that? What would freedom from separation look like? How would you know you had it? No sense of a personal self. It's better if you call in, Hennessy. Actually, it's better if you call in. We can speak and explore. It's really difficult to do it through writing and then reading, and then if you feel to call in, you can call in. Or maybe after I finished, you can call in after if you prefer to call in. And then after. Yeah. What communication, Nika? Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah. It's nice to have female speakers. It's nice to have female speakers. And also for me, it's like nice to have black speakers, like a female black speaker. Is like, I didn't know of any female black speakers who were speaking about freedom. So yeah, it's nice to see a variety of different humans talking about this. Maybe another decade. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. White male scene. White middle class white male scene, it seems to be. I'm not sure why that is. Why is that? I think we're used to white male authority figures. I think we're used to having white male being the authority position, so we're used to seeing that. We're used to listening, valuing and believing or accepting what white men say compared to black men, black women. So we're used to having, yeah, that's probably why. But I think it's opening up now. It's breaking down the old kind of way of things. It's breaking. It's beautiful to have an array of people, rich, poor, black, white, male, female. Oh, bye, Samuel. Even this body, I don't think this body is the same. This body is still conditioned, and it's still conditioned. It's still human. So this body will also look to white men to be the authority. Will also respect white male figures as opposed to or black. It took me a long time to accept. My teacher, like, she's female, she's white. Well, no, she's female more than white, really. I was used to seeing white people, but in authority. But she was female, and she was young. She was blonde. I was like, what? It took a long time to actually respect somebody who looked like that. So, yeah, things are changing. Oh. Well, thank you for this amazing big expression. How wonderful to have this so available. It's just so beautiful. So I'll see you next Sunday. Yeah. Hey. Bye. Bye.